And now that I've started a new recording, I can now patch that in there. That being said, we're probably just going to accidentally walk into the next part of Ethereum Wars. It's going to happen. It's inevitable.
It's getting late. Where to now?
Peppy? What are you doing here, Peppy? Is Asta not here? I'll let Herta know. Herta surveillance team. Rich know-it-all invited people breaker to the group chat. Welcome, new friend. What an honor to see you here. Hey, it's Bill Portcullis. Looks like my importance in this chat has downgraded by 1. Looks like my importance in this chat is downgraded by 1. This chat feels like deja vu. It's a good thing I did this, Now I'm really happy that I did Asta's character quest now, because this, I feel like this reference would have been lost on me. This chat feels like deja vu. But I have a feeling I've seen this chat before. For real, for real. Okay, let's get back to the topic. How do we deal with the situation? Accountability. Accountability must be held. What's wrong? You still don't know? Oh.
Herita Newsflash. Good evening, Madame Herta fans. This is an urgent broadcast. The great Madame Herta, member 83 of the Genius Society, has been targeted in an attack at the space station. Her current whereabouts are unknown, with no group having stepped forward to claim responsibility. Many Heritors are upset at the ineptitude of upper management, having issued strong protest and condemnation.
I wasn't expecting a cutscene in a text message. Which means, now that I think about it, there was a video sent to me in another one of these quest lines, and whenever we decide to go back to it, I should probably go figure out how to do that now that I know how it works. Managing the space station. The Legion isn't decide how could they allow Madame Herta to be attacked on her own turf. What's going on? I really hate these bellic pests sit in high places, do nothing, but when all's said and done, at the Legion's got a point. Those two are different kettles of fish. Besides, they were never competent enough to begin with. Aren't you jumping ahead? Isn't the main focus Madame Herta's safety? Let's not poke our noses into other people's business, isn't it? That Asta's job? Our job is to sit here and judge for the quality of their work. As for how things get done, that's for them to worry about. I don't know if I caught it on stream, but I responded to a text chain at some point after we did Asta's questline, and it revealed You Already Know Me is Asta, who is in this chat. I can see her somewhere. Licensed space driving. Yep, what an honor to see you here. Herta surveillance team. Absolutely right, bro. Rich, know it. You spoke my mind. Comrades, what is our goal? To rid ourselves of embellic pests. Good, you passed. Herta was attacked? Let's go to her office and see what's going on. Hi, Peppy.
Finally! You're here! This is urgent, so I'll cut to the chase. Arlan's disappeared. Yes, I can't find him. He's not answering his messages or calls.
Oh, Asta's invisible, of course.
In all the time since I took him in, this has never happened.
You checked the surveillance cameras?
Of course. I didn't see him. Parts of the surveillance system were destroyed when the Legion invaded. It still hasn't been fully repaired. Maybe he took advantage of a blind spot.
This happens all the time whenever I try to talk to Japard.
It's been 13 hours since he last contacted me. He usually takes less than 13 seconds to reply to my messages. I looked everywhere and couldn't find him, so I checked the security department's work plan records. This is what I found. Look, at his last work objectives entry, of the heart, of the mirror, of the self. It's so strange.
I think guys his age tend to write like this. Entries for last week are pretty odd too.
Don't worry about those. I asked people in the security department, but none of them thought it was concerning. They said stuff like, Brother Arlan is a grown man with his own plans. I couldn't get them to listen at all, so I'm asking you for help.
Just need alone time.
Why are you acting like those security department idiots? Stop fooling around and help me! I have a secret weapon. Say hello to... Peppy.
Peppy?
Peppy's my dog. Arlen's looked after him since he was a puppy. They're great friends.
Is Peppy not a puppy?
Peppy knows Arlen's scent. Maybe he can track him down.
Then am I still needed?
Yes! Think about it. If people see me, the acting lead researcher searching for Arlan, wouldn't that make Arlan look incompetent as head of the security department?
No, it would make it look like you need the head of security.
Oh, let's go together! Relax. Peppy doesn't bite.
Does he? Does that thing look like it's... Oh, you can't see it because of my webcam. Peppy does not look like the kind of dog I would ask if he bites. And even if he did, I doubt he could harm me if he tried. Okay, so that's Arlan's character quest that just started there. Oh, Asta's not in the base zone, which is why she's not here. Cool. Oh, whatever. We'll do an unexpected turn of events. Hey, Peppy. Maybe we'll do Stellaron Hunters after this, too.
That's... Professor Capote? Are you sure Arlan was here, Peppy? Weird. Why would he visit this Casanova?
Oh, no. Casanova?
Look at all his fans. Need I say more? Behold, the winner of the most awesome researcher contest.
I think I know where Arlan is and what Arlan's up to.
It's better if I don't show my face. See if you can get some intel out of him.
I must confess that
Hey, it's Ian St. Clair again.
Petrified even. But there remained a light in my heart. A light that led me onward. That light was the happy smiles on all your faces.
Master Capote thinks about me.
Nod in approval. The scoff.
Oh, it's you. Long time no see. Are you okay? You look troubled. That's quite a wrinkled brow. Come, join the others and listen to me recount the tale of the Legion's invasion. I'm sure your memory of the events will dispel your worries.
You've listened to Capote for a long time, thus gradually forgetting what you were going to ask. Oh, God.
The Antimatter Legion barely missed me, and that's when I saw your faces. If it weren't for you,
Oh, God.
I wouldn't be standing here today.
Long live Master Capote!
still troubled? You must be ill. You look pale and your pupils are gray. That's fine.
Everything about
I,
Stell looks
Capote,
gray.
never waver in my support. I shall double my efforts to heal your heart. The Antimatter Legion barely missed me.
Okay, so I have to fucking agree with them. Okay.
I see you no longer look troubled. There is such as the power of my rhetoric. It creates an energy that uplifts the soul. Arlan? Yes. I know him. After all, my calling is to light up the heart of every person on the space station. As to his current location, forgive me, but I cannot tell.
Insert dramatic pause and sudden drama here.
God damn it, Can. You beat me to the fucking punch by a second.
Everyone knows the most important word in my life is principle.
Oh, God.
Huh? Without principle, what difference would there be between a person and a mechanical arm?
Wait a minute. Last time he said the most important word in his life was illumination.
Uh-oh.
We need to update Master Capote's life wiki. This will be version 12.0 of his life keywords.
Hey, that's Brandon McClinnis.
Anyway, I do not lie. I can tell you that I did indeed meet Arlan recently, and I know where he went. Regrettably, I already swore on my life that I, Capote, would never tell anyone Captain Arlan's secret.
I have a feeling I already know what the secret is.
Seems like you already know what kind of person I am. Captain Arlan had a similar expression to yours when he found me.
Oh,
He was
God.
anxious and desired an answer. But answers are not easy to give. Besides, he wanted to master a trial of the heart that would thoroughly change him, and that would be even more difficult. You can't even imagine the difficulty of the trial. I was tired merely from the act of imitating that way of talking with him. Thankfully, he... no more. No more.
His words match Arlan's work plan records. Seems like he does have key information.
Does it have anything to do with what he wrote?
I didn't say that. Did you mishear it? What I said was, life is a trial, and you need to be true to yourself. So
I feel like I'm missing information
I
here.
know nothing about anything you said about Captain Arlan. I need to head to a meeting now. Can we talk later?
I can't let him get away like this. If he doesn't want to tell me, then...
Don't joke about that. Promotions have a strict assessment process. I did hear that the space station gives special benefits to morally upstanding researchers, but those are just rumors. Even the oldest staff have never witnessed it.
Stop looking down on Master Capote! He's not the kind of person you think he is.
Oh, God. Wrathful.
Master Capote's life wiki version 4.0. Master Capote doesn't care about rank. Everyone knows that.
Even if you promoted Master Capote to acting lead researcher, he wouldn't tell you about the trial.
Indeed. I won't forsake my precious morality for something so base.
This is actually making me lose IQ.
How could you think up something so terrible? You're not just lost, my friend. You've completely strayed from the narrow path. I need to give you a thorough education on human ethics. We'll need to sit down and go over it slowly.
No need to bother Master Capote. We'll fix this injustice for you ourselves.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
fringe is strong. I need to remember what I came here for.
They went through everything with you? I'm sure you reflected deeply on your actions. Well, I'll pretend I never heard the things you said. Think before you act in the future, please. Of course, if you haven't reflected enough, we could...
I can't let him get away like this.
Dare to utter such a threat? Listen here. Leaving aside the fact that you don't have the right to dismiss me, I wouldn't yield even if lead researcher Asta... No! If Madame Herta herself commanded me. Why not threaten to kill me while you're at it? I've said it once and I'll say it again. I will not yield.
Eesh, this guy's ego is so big.
Master Capote is so courageous. We're so lucky to be his fans.
He said the exact same thing when he promised Captain Arlan.
Maybe we should be talking to them.
Yes, the part about not yielding. It's making me tear up.
I'm gonna print out the transcript of the conversation as soon as I get back today. The fan club needs to recite and memorize it.
I feel like we should just go on this guy's wiki at this point.
Transcript. They've recorded Arlan's conversation with Capote? I didn't think a clue like that would suddenly pop up.
Me neither.
This is the one who mentioned the transcript just now.
Is it? I thought it was the other person.
Hey, you've been talking Master Capote's ear off this whole time. Do you want to join the fan club?
Oh, no.
I bet you do. You wouldn't have known about Captain Arlan's meeting with Master Capote unless you had an interest.
Or, you know, we followed Peppy.
You even memorized
Look at Peppy,
internal testing
patiently
handbook
waiting for
version
this
12.0 of
arduous
Master
trial to
Capote's
be
life
over.
wiki.
We're up to version 12.0.
You must be one of those super fans that stayed under the radar. We've been careless.
We're on the same side after all. Here, this is our latest welcome bundle for new members of the fan club. And I'll toss in an updated version of Master Capote's life wiki.
He looks really cool in the new limited edition snapshots.
This hurts me. Great. Now I have all these stupid items in my inventory. Oh look, she's not invisible anymore.
What's next on the agenda?
Alright.
What happened to you, Arlan? Why did you have to get that sleazy Capote to help you with a trial?
Let's look at these materials first. That Capote does have something about him. No!
That's our starting point.
Read the fan reply card, limited edition snapshot, live wiki version 12.0.
Ugh. Even the space station handbook doesn't get updated this frequently. Huh. Is this an audio transcript?
The following transcript of recording Capote. Come on, Captain Arlan, you gotta get in the role. I'm sorry, Professor, I just can't think of you as an overbearing boss. Close your eyes and try to feel it. After all, this is the trial of your heart. Listen to the instructions and try again. Arlan, come to my office. Time waits for no one, and every minute of my time is precious. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm coming over right away. Wrong. Big mistake, Captain Arlan. You can't just be submissive. You are tasked with something beyond your scope of work. You should also shake off immediately, just like you did. Oh dear, you want to learn how to handle an overbearing boss? Looks like you'll have to put some serious training. The limited edition
It's like a candid shot, but surely he knew it was being taken. It's autographed. There's a figure that's not quite in the shot. Oh, is that Arlan? So Arlan did go to see Professor Capote. This is the evidence.
I feel like the transcript is just as good.
Handwriting looks familiar. Is it Arlan's? Against the scorching sun, a beautiful flower will never endure. Within my fair embrace, my love for you is tender and pure.
That's the autograph?
Yuck, so slimy. So, trial of the heart means knowing how to deal with an overbearing boss. So that's how Arlan sees me.
Isn't Herta technically his boss? You're just his superior. Maybe this isn't about you.
I need to talk to him. Let's hurry up and find him. Peppy, it's your turn again.
Where'd Peppy go? Alright, Peppy. Dan Heng?
That's Dan Heng and the security department staff. There are still remnants of the Antimatter Legion in the space station. Let's go help them.
I was not expecting a fight. And I don't think my team is optimized for this. No, it is not.
I think something bit me.
Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
That being said, when you have both March and Fire MC here, I think Dan Heng can do enough damage, even if he is 20 levels under leveled.
Deep breath.
Don't worry about me.
Oh good, they're level 60, not 70.
You can't run.
I can't look at Dan Heng very seriously anymore, because now I keep seeing this image that somebody showed me on Reddit, where it was Dan Heng's face, a stick of butter, and then a vision from Genshin Impact. I didn't get the reference then, but now that I've played this game long enough, I do get the reference, and I hate it.
Lance forward!
Here, try this. You can't run. Try that again.
The sanctuary is but a vision.
Come on, we're almost there. And Dunzo, unless there's another wave.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
I'm just gonna put my team to just put all the high level characters on a team. So we'll go ba ba. And hope that's enough.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to protect a friend's secret.
Then be careful. There's still Legion remnants in the area. Arlan isn't here right now, so we need to step up the space station security. Spare no effort, and stay focused.
Yes, Brother Dan Heng.
You saw Arlan?
Yes, he's with March.
He's with March?
But I suggest you don't bother him. He's given himself a personal trial.
Oh god. He's trying to work up the pressure to like fucking say he likes Asta, isn't he?
Brother Arlan's special trial? He's a man among men, a lion among tigers. He's already reached great heights, but still he wants to improve.
That trial. I bet it's even more intense than physical training. And Brother Arlan already challenges himself to the limit in that department. He runs 21,358 meters around the space station every day.
It's like 5 miles.
Always so hard on himself.
What kind of trial is
I think it must have something to do with the mind. He probably found a waterfall and asked Ms. March to lower the temperature to freezing point.
Yikes.
No way. Brother Arlan's trial wouldn't be as simple as just standing under a waterfall. I think he wants to learn fighting skills from Miss March.
They're not correct, but not wrong either. Arlan came to me to learn how to manage pressure from his boss. So I sent him to March. If he can manage her, then he has nothing to fear.
Dear God. He's a bear among horses. That's pretty sadistic, Don Hung.
I think Brother Don Hung is pretty smart.
Brother Arlan only has one weakness in his armor, but he won't ignore it. He's too awesome for that.
Arlan and I decided to switch our assignments. He went with March to investigate a suspicious crystal, and I've taken up his patrol. That's all. He gave me a pass for access across the space station while on patrol.
I found a broken ceiling tile. This mark? It must be from where Brother Arlan smashed it down.
You got it. What?
Move aside. What kind of clue is that? This floor tile I found is way better. Look at the footprint. It's the right size, not to mention the angle of motion. This is proof of Brother Arlan in combat.
God, these guys just sounded like the people who work under Arlan feel like he is like treat him like a fucking cult leader. Jeez. Of the mirror, did Arlan mention what that meant?
He said he read an anonymous handwritten journal in the space station. It contained 36 different strategies to do with managing pressure from one's boss. It also contained some information on trials. Firstly, trial of the heart. One needs to acknowledge the pressure in one's heart.
This sounds like one of those like Inquirer magazines for like a personality test.
Secondly, trial of the mirror. Like a mirror's reflection, one needs to personally experience the pressure others feel in a job in order to understand it. Lastly, trial of the self. One places oneself within that pressure to complete a transformation.
Damn, Don Hung is always like there for us when we need
believe
information.
it came to me
it's him and
to
Welt.
complete the trial of the mirror.
Do you know why Arlan is undertaking this trial?
No, he didn't say, and I didn't ask.
You've been very helpful so far, though.
Brother Arlan doesn't need a reason to improve himself. You don't understand him at all.
Brother Arlan is a fierce fighter with an eye for detail. If you don't understand his reason for doing things, maybe that's because you're too zoomed in.
I feel sorry for Asta, who's had to stand there in the corner and listen to all this. And you too, Peppy.
He's just staying ahead of the game is all. He's the space station's cold-hearted hawk. The security department's alpha wolf.
I don't have any other questions.
If you want to find Arlan, just contact March.
Job pressure? How to manage your boss?
Again, you're his supervisor. Technically, Herta is his boss.
Arlan, I'm sorry. I never knew I was giving you so much pressure.
Look at the clues first.
I need to feel the pressure he's feeling so I can understand what it's all about. Oh, there's a photo of Peppy on the pass.
Why does he have a photo of Peppy on his ID badge?
I got Arlan to look after Peppy because I thought they got along, but is that giving him too much extra pressure?
Maybe. Now that I think about it, yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
Maybe he printed out Peppy's picture as a way of forcing himself to remember his responsibility.
Broken ceiling tile.
Look how smashed up the ceiling tile is. Arlan must have bottled up his frustration and had no way of releasing it, so
He took it out on the monsters.
Where the fuck did they even get a ceiling tile from this? This is a space station.
It's Arlan's shoe size, all right. And this actually came from a pair of shoes I bought for him. Maybe even these shoes are painful shackles for him.
Oh my god, you're so such a worrywart. Let's skip the clues for now.
We need to find Arlan quickly. I need to apologize to him in person. Peppy, let's get going.
Keep following Peppy. The railway platform. So the real Asta's in Madame Herta's office because of that text thing I saw.
So Peppy can locate March just by looking at a photo of her.
That's a smart dog. Wait, why didn't we text her?
Using scent to track?
What a cute doggy! Oh, you're here too.
Is Arlan not with you?
He was, but not anymore. He wanted to go investigating on his own, so I let him.
Did he mention anything about
He
trial?
kept harping on about Don Heng being a true warrior or something. Oh, he did say that completing an assignment with me would help him complete the final trial.
I don't think I should repeat anything Don Heng said to her face.
It felt like he learned a lot from me. Then again, everyone has a lot to learn from me. We were investigating suspicious crystals together, but he said it was all pointless if he couldn't transform himself. I could tell he was giving himself a lot of pressure, so I gave him a suggestion.
Oh god, what did you do?
I told him actions speak louder than words when you want to prove yourself. I was just thinking out loud, really. I had no idea what kind of trial he was doing. But when he heard that, he said Mr. Don Heng was right. And then he just left. I took a photo of him. He was doing one of those tough guy walks. Come to think of it, maybe I shouldn't have left him alone. Take me with you if you're going after him.
Alright, item acquired, March 7. Okay, track down suspicious crystals. It's all the way over here. Oh, these crystals. Yeah, what the fuck were these all
I read
about?
that a Stellaron's internal fluctuations will cause a fragmentum to appear. Did Arlan?
Hey, relax. I've seen plenty of Stellarons. It'll be fine.
I hope Arlan is safe.
Oh, there he is.
Lady Asta, you... Why are you all here? I've never seen anything like this before. It looks like some kind of new entity. It must have mutated after being corroded.
I forgot to switch my team. At least we have March.
Watch this awesome move.
Boy, leveling up March was probably one of the stupidest things I ever did that worked out in the end. Her damage is nothing, but boy does the sustain she adds to a team make it so that I can deal with hard content that I just surprisingly can't do with a lot of my other teams. Double preservation. It's one of the ways I would recommend moving forward. Especially when you unlock the cleanse on her skill. Then you pair her with Lynx, it just makes it so that you can basically always guarantee that Lynx is up to keep everyone healed. I like having more than one cleanse on a team.
This sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Try that again.
Alright. Now we just have to wait for March to eventually kill this enemy. Or not.
Lance forward.
Because even Dan Heng's... Yeah, she's doing about as much damage as Dan Heng is, and Dan Heng is 20 levels under level.
This awesome move.
I should spend some time to level up Dan Heng just to do it.
Sanctuary is but a vision.
I like Dan Heng's kit. He also pairs well with Mark 7. Is that benefit he gets from being targeted with a skill?
You can't run.
I just kind of like running the 3 pro tags on a team because they just do super well together. They all synergize really well. Fire MC goes well with March because of the counterattacks. Dan Heng benefits from being targeted by March 7. And Fire MC is just an all-around good unit.
Lance forward.
I wish Physical MC synergized better with the team.
This sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
I like Physical MC, I just don't think that they slot well into team comps.
You can't run. Watch this awesome move.
Oh boy.
Here, try this. Here.
To think that if I had my actual team here with Junshu, this thing would have been dead already. But we're relying on March 7th as our main DPS right now. Enable team.
Are you okay, my lady?
Arlan,
Lady Asta? Why are you crying? Are you hurt?
I'm sorry.
Huh?
It's all my fault. I've been putting too much on your plate, and that's why you looked up ways to manage the pressure. I honestly didn't realize that these things would bring you so much stress. I just want to say I'm sorry.
My lady, you didn't give me any pressure.
Arlan, you don't need to hide this from me any longer. She and I know all about the trials you're putting yourself through.
Uh-oh. This is about to get very awkward very quickly.
If you can't forgive me right now, then I'll reflect further and find a way to prove that I'm willing to change.
But, my lady...
Firstly, your trial of the heart. You went to Professor Capote and asked him to simulate conversations with you so you could better understand your boss. And the evidence is...
Wait, what?
Firstly, your trial of the heart. You went to Professor and the evidence is...
That was a weird cut. Why did they make me go to that? Why can't I select it? Oh, there it goes. It was just lagging. Okay.
Master Capote's Life Wiki version 12.0. This transcript records what you asked Capote to help you with. Here, we can see a bossy manager and you being asked to do things outside of your job description. Clearly, Professor Capote is unlikely to master my speech or mannerisms anytime soon. Oh, but the content is the key here. I am the source of your pressure.
My lady, I did speak to Professor Capote, and I did ask him some things. But they had nothing to do with you. I've never experienced any pressure with you.
I just realized we have a bunch of tall women surrounding a small man. This is kind of awkward.
Oh, Arlan, won't you accept my apology? I'll just have to show you more evidence.
Oh, God.
We know the essence of your trial of the heart, and we also know that you asked Heng to help you complete the trial of the mirror. I'm so sorry, Arlan. Until I spoke with Heng, I never realized how much pressure was on your shoulders.
Well, if anything, she's gonna end up being a better boss after this, but boy, does she have the wrong impression.
Miss, I really don't.
Hold it. I have evidence.
Oh, security department had to pay for the vehicle?
This ceiling tile. This,
Sorry. I'll get it fixed later.
I know you can be tough,
Seriously,
but
though.
you're not violent by
Look at
nature,
the size
Arlan.
of the ceiling tiles
Quite
here.
the
How did you
opposite.
break one?
Breaking a ceiling tile like this shows how much pressure and anger you were carrying around.
This interpretation is sounding a little odd. Do we have any other evidence?
Peppy's photo. Oh, that's right.
Your ID pass. This isn't just any old station pass, is it, huh? There's a very important photo on it. A photo of Peppy!
Where is Peppy, by the way? I thought they were with us.
Lady Asta, I like Peppy a lot, so
No, Arlan. You don't need to find excuses for your actions. The combination of your simulated conversations with Capote and the entry in your work log about playing Holodisc with Peppy, it points to one thing. Me getting you to look after Peppy is the greatest source of your stress.
Then why would he put it in his photo?
You even printed out a photo of Peppy to constantly remind yourself to look after him. I know exactly what message you're trying to drill into
So
yourself by
stupid.
sticking this photo onto your pass. Arlan, taking Peppy out to play is an assignment from lead researcher Asta. You better throw that holodisc like it's a full-on discus. If you spare any effort, Lady Asta will find out and punish you terribly for all eternity.
What kind of fantasies are going through your head, lady?
my lady, don't you think that's a long thought to think?
It is.
Lady Asta, please! I didn't do any of these trials because of you.
I'm not convinced
I
either,
always try
but
to complete every assignment you give me, regardless of whether it's within my job description. I really like taking Peppy out to play.
Asta, I don't think Arlan is upset with you.
But Arlan doesn't have any other bosses. Who else would it be? March, he asked to accompany you so he could learn how to manage his stress, right?
What? Arlan wanted to go on assignments just to experience stress?
ooh, I think you weren't supposed to share that part, Asta.
Phew. Good thing I let him go alone. My calming influence would have ruined his training.
Dodged a bullet there.
Guess I made the right decision after all.
Don Hung was right.
What did he say? That I'm good at solving people's problems?
Oh, Arlan, all I want you to
Something like
understand
that.
is how sincerely I'm reflecting on my actions. Please, accept my apology.
But, my lady...
Stop! Arlan, I
This is gonna
understood
either
the
end in
level
a
of stress you're
confession,
dealing with as soon
or...
as I saw
Actually, I don't know
this
how
photo.
it'll end if it doesn't end with a confession. But it's gonna be like the biggest blue ball ever. If it doesn't. Tough guy. Bear amongst horses. His figure is so cool.
Didn't I take that photo?
I'm always giving you tasks and assignments, but I never actually see how you take to the battlefield. When I saw this photo, and I saw you fighting alone just now, I'm just sorry that I gave you the stress of all my private affairs on top of an already stressful job. Please, forgive me, Arlan.
all things aside, can we talk about why you're like a fucking cult leader to all the security team?
My lady, I'm very touched, but I started this trial because of Madame Herta.
Ooh. Damn, I hate being right.
What?
Whenever she's back on the space station, Madame Herta assigns me things outside the security department remit. Even if I dared to refuse, I wouldn't know how. She's just too overbearing.
Damn. I knew that it was either going to be a love confession or Madame Herta, but boy is it still surprising to know that it actually is just Madame Herta.
Whether it's
how many times did I say that Madame Herta is his boss, not you? I think I said it at least 3 times.
Documents I've never even heard of. Assignments like those were okay before the invasion. But now, I need to focus on clearing out any last traces of the Legion.
Aha! So you're trying to learn how to reject Herta and then put it into practice.
Yes. I found an anonymous handwritten journal while I was cleaning up. It mentioned 36 different strategies for relieving pressure. That's where I read about the trials.
Of the heart mirror in the cell?
There were detailed notes, so I wanted to give them a try.
Those trials been really asked away. Don't just read any anonymous journals. Did he really help?
I'm sorry, my lady. I didn't want to bother anyone, so I didn't mention it.
So, you don't feel pressured around me?
I've never felt pressured around you, my lady.
All right. It's all a misunderstanding. You two should reflect on your actions.
I feel like we should leave, March.
Right?
You need to start saying what you're thinking.
Yeah, I always say what I'm thinking.
I can tell. Anyway, Don Hung was right.
You keep saying that. What did Don Hung even say?
Thank you for helping Lady
Don Hung was right. Don Hung is always right.
Coming to find me.
You're welcome. Although if you really want to thank me, let me play Hollow Disc with Peppy, please.
Dawn After Dark. Hooray! Now Arlan can visit the Express. What? Oh, it's an avatar reward. Peppy. Okay. Sniff. Woof, woof, woof. Freestyle. The sorrows of young Arlan. Well, that was unexpected. And I guess now we can continue the main quest line that we were going to continue anyway. Alright. I want to do Punk Lord Mentality before we continue Ethereum Wars, so the next stream will probably be Punk Lord Mentality followed by us speedrunning the rest of Ethereum Wars. But now it's time for Mundane Troubles. To Madame Herta's office. Oh god! Oh, sudden static always annoys the hell out of me. Let's figure out what the hell was going on with that weird Herta video we saw. She was attacked by who?
Mr. Scrollum, this was a premeditated attack.
Conclusion: their target was the space station, but their strategies are still unknown to us.
That's right. Which is precisely why we need her.
Oh, Ratio.
The last to lay eyes on Herta's puppet before the attack was her.
Was it? Last time we saw the puppet was in a meeting with Scrollum.
And you are?
This is Dr. Ratio of the Intelligentsia Guild, a delegate from the IPC.
She's only just woken up. Dazed. She may need a few pointers. Ah, we cross paths again. Do you remember me? Of course. Why would you? Memory is such a fickle thing, after all.
How could I forget?
Miss Trailblazer, you must have many questions. Please be patient. Asta will explain it all to you.
Are we in the simulated universe?
You probably know the gist of things already. A few system hours ago, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal.
There was no surveillance?
No. The attack happened on a base outside the station, beyond the surveillance camera's range.
We have bases outside the station?
She's away on a visit. This issue didn't seem to trouble her much.
It's a puppet. Why would it?
She received an invitation from the IPC before the attack occurred.
Ah, the technology department. Charming little place, isn't it? Madame Yabuli does possess some semblance of competence, but her subordinates? Oof. Oh, they're a riot. Brimming with enthusiasm, yet utterly devoid of intellect. It's as if evolution halted prematurely for them. They want to start some new collaborations with Herta, and have graciously extended an invite for me to play the role of science consultant. It's delightfully amusing. I can't wait to witness firsthand how these geniuses from the so-called Super Smart Club squander the IPC's vast resources.
Can we get back to the task at hand?
However, this attack was timed a little too well. I can't help but wonder if someone leaked this information, and the attackers seized the opportunity. Herta's aloof response to these juvenile provocations? Almost as intriguing. What a delightful little puzzle.
I'm amazed that we're making such a big deal out of one of her puppets getting attacked.
I've long heard that you're one of the best researchers in the guild, Dr. Ratio. We are honored to have your assistance.
Save your flattery. Time is hardly a luxury we can squander. To debate the merits of mere mortals in the company of an actual genius? Quite the paradox, if you ask me. Excuse me, you. Tell me, what were you doing the last time you saw that puppet?
Probably running errands for Herta?
Don't play the fool. Think.
I think I was...
Some system hours ago.
Oh, right. I need your help with something else. That curio's gone missing, and I can't just forget about it. Go find it for me when you have the time. I'm sure you can manage that, can't you? Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body.
I don't remember this.
Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she mentioned something important, but I can't remember.
What the fuck is this referencing?
If only there were some hints.
No, the last time we saw a puppet was in the simulated universe when we were talking to Ron May about her fucking nearly destroying the space station.
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
My memory is kind of hazy.
Oh, this is the Herta that stands here.
What did I do after that? I think Herta mentioned Asta. That's right. I think I visited Asta.
Hey, what brings you here, Rich? It's been so long.
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
It's all taken care of. As long as the money's there, it's all good. Here's the account you asked for. It's legit and secure.
What the fuck is
allowing
going
you to
on
connect
here?
straight to the intranet.
Sure. Can I help you with something?
Oh, you flatter me. I'm just a peddler doing a little business on the side.
Why is Wenshiki sounding so sus?
Small scale. Best left under the table. But if you ever make it big in the guild, don't forget your humble friend, okay?
Again? How many times has it been? You're really pushing my buttons.
These two aren't making any sense. This is so weird.
Memory bubble.
This is what I recall before I met Herta, but I can't remember some of the details. Let me try to remember the conversation with Asta.
That was so weird.
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but nothing comes to mind.
I'm just gonna lump this all into Ron May poisoned us again. That's just gonna be my theory until something proves otherwise.
Maybe the researchers at the Departments of Ecology or Insight may have an idea?
It's cold in here. I'll put this on autoplay while I grab a jacket.
Hinkle and are around here somewhere. I'd suggest you ask them about it.
Asta seems to have mentioned two names. Two researchers from the Departments of Ecology and Insight.
Ecology and Insight. Well, the ecology person is the one we talked to when we were doing the Ron May quest line. Oh, what are these people doing?
Say, what a wonderfully intelligent-looking young lady.
All right. Just cut the pleasantries and tell me how it's going.
That's Rich Know-It-All.
No need to be modest. At my age, you get a feel for intelligence.
Oh, the memories are mixed
Though
up.
I confess I did hear someone say you were the shining star of the Department of Insight.
So she's talking to the lady we saw in the previous memory, and Wen is talking to Rich Know-It-All here.
I have faith in your abilities. So, how about my offer? Why not come with me after this is done?
See this material here? People are so inconsiderate. How's someone like me supposed to make out the small print? I'm not getting any younger, and my eyesight is failing. Do you think you can...
Sure thing. Anyway, keep your eyes peeled. I'll be bringing you something big soon.
It's happening again. The words in my memory are all jumbled up.
Why does it want us to go over there? Conversation with Hinkle. I thought we were talking to Austin.
A curio that's alive but doesn't. Maybe the researchers at the Hinkle and are around here somewhere. I'd suggest you ask them about it.
I saw it. I saw that person disappear. They vanished right before my eyes. Just like that. Step. It was so quick. No traces left. Not even bones.
That's scary.
What do we do? It sounds like he's telling the truth.
Yeah. Whatever. Just let the professionals deal with it. Did you finish your work?
It's been so long and there's still no response.
There's something fishy going on. How come they haven't recovered anything? I don't believe it. They're hiding something.
Those managers are useless.
Okay, so it doesn't look like there's any other conversations I can eavesdrop on unless this one. Oh, I can.
I'm gonna tell you something. Make sure you don't tell anyone else.
Of course. My lips are sealed. Not a word to anyone.
The multiple disappearances? They're all for real.
Uh-huh.
Seriously?
Shh! Why are you being so loud? Do you want to disappear too?
Why you gotta say it like that? Alright, talk to Hinkle.
Those despicable villains are distorting the truth online. Ugh. If I discover who's behind this, they're gonna wish they'd never crossed me. A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body? Isn't that just a jinx?
A jinx?
Oh, nowadays people call them wubbaboos?
Oh, those things.
Well, I might be the Department of Ecology head, but I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to curios. Adler would be of more help, but he's been investigating some paranormal phenomenon. I haven't seen him all day.
So not only do I have to find a curio, I have to find a person too?
I must say, it's a little embarrassing for the space station to be in such disarray while guests are visiting. We've been through a huge crisis and are still recovering. But there are some who are trying to exploit the chaos to agitate the workforce. People are growing more and more distrustful of the management here. It's probably turned into a big headache for Asta too. Never mind, I shouldn't be telling you this. It's something that we researchers need to resolve ourselves. Pretend I didn't say anything.
Adler. Right. Then I ran into Arlan. Adler was with him.
Memory exploration, cognition chasms, conducting key conversations, execute yourself. In the memory sorting, fragmented, yada yada.
It was at... Adler was with Arlan. They were involved in some sort of incident.
Alright.
What? He went to the scene alone with Peppy? How could you let him?
Calm down, Brother Arlan. I know you're upset.
What are you people up to?
We're walking the dog.
We're having a walk.
Can you story straight first?
Like I said, we're walking the dog.
So I'm the dog?
They seem to be hiding something.
Peppy's missing.
Is there something you need?
Have you seen Peppy? Looking for Adler?
Oh, really? What a coincidence. We're looking for him, too. That kid sure is brave, running straight to the scene on his own.
Aren't you supposed to be walking the dog?
Yes. Well, Peppy isn't here, you see. Brother Arlan, I can't keep this up anymore.
Can you leave the talking to me next time?
Is there a problem?
Let's walk and talk.
Alright.
Why are you looking for Adler? A lost curio. I see. He'll be able to help.
Okay. I don't know what's going on, though. We're still missing details.
Careful. The fragmentum in this area is very unstable.
That's Adler?
Over there! As I thought, he's in trouble. Let's go!
Cut your losses.
Alright, I swapped my team out, so we should have a lot more damage at our disposal.
They come.
Stay back, Clara.
Now, I recently learned that he targets wind shear, so I can just do a cleanse, and now his ult doesn't do anything.
Thanks. I'll never forget you.
So that's just a funny meme.
Hide.
Uh-oh.
Specimen sighted.
Punch.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sora.
Somebody told me that there's a new relic set that I could probably get for Farah. I don't know if I want to farm it though.
Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
Here, try this.
Nice teamwork.
My turn. I'm not afraid of
Eliminating front. Are you alright?
I'm okay.
All right.
Lance at the ready.
Commencing research. Deep breath. Thanks.
And now we can clear the wind shear again.
Thanks. Wait for the time. I'll never forget you. Come on.
And I think we can just auto loop it at this point. You get the gist of what I have to do.
Annihilate.
My turn. Holy Mr. Sora!
It should come back. It should come back.
Lance
Alrighty.
forward!
I think I have Pugilist set on her right now. And I have the simulated universe light cone on her.
Stay back, Clara.
Come on. Don't need this style. I need to be brave.
Commencing annihilation.
Lance at the
Alrighty.
I'm okay.
Lance ablaze! Lance
I
forward!
think this should do it.
Specimen sighted. Here, try this. Thanks. My turn. I'll never forget you.
We're done.
Peppy, are you okay?
Peppy is adorable. You really the one who knows most about curios?
That's me. What's up?
She wants to ask you something about curios. I'll leave you to it. Adler, Peppy's in your hands now. Oh, about that investigation I asked for.
Don't worry. I think I figured something out. Catch you later.
Okay, what's going on then?
I figured you'd come to me to uncover the truth. I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate. I can't say anything except that it's a secret mission.
Just as I thought, I vaguely remember that Arlan said more. It's related to the thing I forgot.
This is so weird. Use cognition chasm?
So, which curio do you want to know about?
The one that has a body but
That's
is alive?
all you got? Too abstract.
That's what Herta said.
Well, there's beauty in the abstract, I guess. Have you asked the Department of Ecology head?
She said it might be a Wubbaboo.
She's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right either.
Heard something like that also exists in the blank.
What did I say?
Huh. Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis, but it needs verifying. Let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
Adler seems to have gotten a lead, but what was the information I forgot? And from whom?
Due to the presence of certain hazy memories, some content appears blank in conversations. Explore your memories. Use cognition charms, a chance for restoring relevant memories.
Let's go over it from the start. I may have overlooked something. Oh, right. Asta mentioned another name.
I figured you. I'm sorry.
Just as I thought.
Have you asked the department? Huh?
Use cognition chasm. Confidence crisis. Alright. Gotta go somewhere else.
My memories of Arlan.
Asta's troubles.
A curio that's alive.
You recall more missing information.
How's it going? Did you find the information you're after?
I haven't made any progress.
See. Is that what Hinkle and think? At least that counts as a lead.
Hinkle and Adler.
See? My researchers are pretty outstanding.
I heard you're in a bit of
Just
trouble.
Business as usual. Nothing to worry about. After the Legion's invasion, the space station has been under constant scrutiny. Physical damage can be easily repaired, but it takes a long time to heal the wounds in people's hearts. Some researchers have been questioning the management and security of the space station ever since the invasion. Things had settled down a bit with the reconstruction efforts, but the researchers' disappearances have rattled them again. Yes, 4 researchers have inexplicably disappeared in a matter of days. No exit logs, no traces. Vanished. People were just starting to regain their footing after the catastrophe. I didn't want panic to spread, so I suppressed the reports and told the security department to investigate in secret. However, as you can see, it's hard to keep secrets in a sardine can like this.
That's a funny way of putting it.
Rebuilding trust is harder than establishing it in the first place. I'm concerned someone's pulling strings to sway public opinion. Anyway, the most important thing is to get to the bottom of the disappearances.
You need my help?
That's okay, but thank you for the offer. Aren't you helping Madame Herta with something already? Oh, by the way, I heard about the thing mentioned, and I'll look into it too. I'll find a way to solve the problem for the space station.
So I did consult someone else other than Hinkle. The only thing I remember is that they're from the Department of Insight.
That's Rich Know-It-All.
The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is.
I say.
All right.
No need to. Though I can.
I have.
See this. I'm not.
Sure thing.
It's time to carefully. The other person should be from the Department of.
So it's the shopkeeper?
Identifying that person is crucial. It could be the key to making sense of everything.
Hey, what brings you here, Rich? It's all taken care of. Here's the account you asked.
Sure.
Oh, you flat. Small scale. Best left under the table.
Again?
Here too. My memories are just. Did my memory piece together irrelevant information? Now I remember. The other person is Emily. She was at the base zone. What did Emily say?
Alright. So now we need to talk to Emily.
I say, what a wonderfully intelligent.
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
God, I hate that I unjumbled this in my head like fucking 20 minutes ago, it feels like.
No need to be modest. Though I confess I did hear someone say.
Sure.
See this material here? I'm not getting any younger.
Again? How many times?
Oh, another smart-looking youngster. Wonderful. It's...
Asta told you to find me? A curio that doesn't have a body but is alive. Isn't the Department of Ecology full of curio experts? That's got nothing to do with the Department of Insight. However, I've heard of such a species. A colleague who came back from a business trip said that the Cienjo Alliance has life forms like that.
Really?
Don't get me wrong, I was merely relaying information. I didn't mean I'd help you.
You're talking about the heliobot?
The Cienjo species Emily mentioned seems to be what inspired Adler. The disappearances Asta mentioned are likely related to Arlan's investigations too. Now I should be able to tie everything together. The Cienjo species Emily mentioned seems to...
Alright. Now I gotta go talk to Arlan.
I figured you'd come to me to I'm sorry.
Just as I thought.
I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate.
About the researchers' disappearances.
How did you know? I see. Could you also tell that Lady Asta was feeling the pressure?
Very much so. You found anything?
I'll be honest with you. It's been tough. The surveillance didn't capture anything regarding the researcher's disappearance. There's only one clue. Adler observed that the automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances occurred. That means that every victim's disappearance was accompanied by some inexplicable fire. When we made visits to the scenes, some of the witness testimony seemed to agree with this. The words they used were spontaneous combustion of the human body.
Oh, so people are bursting into flame. Fun!
Have you asked the department? She's...
Huh?
She's not wrong. Ah, that's right! They're called Heliobi.
Oh, I was right.
I guess you could say that Wubbaboos and Heliobi are sort of like cousins. Both are types of energy life form.
Thank you, Master Gongshu.
Huh. Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis, but it needs verifying. Let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
Spontaneous combustion of the human body. That is most likely the truth. I need to go over it from the start.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. Send me a signal when you...
I think she mentioned something important. If only there were some hints.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an energy life form. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see trace. That's not the point. I wouldn't be bothering with it if it didn't have something to do with the Genius Society. Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
Alrighty, memory sorting complete. Back to the present. God, that fucking threw me for a loop because we didn't get to experience this. We had to fast forward in time.
I commend your stamina for recounting that interminable tale. You must be exhausted. My ears certainly are. So, to sum it up, the last time you laid eyes on Herta was in her office. She sent you on a wild goose chase for some trinket, the curio. After which you knew nothing else until Lady Asta contacted you. If that's the narrative you're sticking to, then indulge me. Who, pray tell, can substantiate this captivating drama?
Asta?
A second-hand account. She wasn't at the scene. Hearsay hardly counts as compelling evidence, now does it?
Affirmation. We can ask Herta herself.
Well, if you lace up those boots and start sprinting now, you might just catch the IPC shuttle in 4 system hours. But as it stands, not a single soul can corroborate her story.
Mr. Ratio, your style of questioning would seem to have a preconceived bias.
Apologies, it's an unfortunate habit of mine. When one is immersed in academic research, skepticism comes far more naturally than belief.
True. I studied logic and I also studied philosophy, and I can agree with that.
It is also the most efficient method, judging from my experience. Seeking answers with a negative hypothesis in mind is still valid research. It can still help us reach the truth. If she is truly innocent, she can clear her name with answers. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name. Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles.
Yep.
And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio? It's hard for me to imagine she would treasure one curio so much.
I don't think she treasures it at all, personally.
I doubt Herta is interested in the curio itself.
Ask again and see what happens.
Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now. Back then...
That's enough pretending. Based on your story.
If you knew Herta, then you wouldn't find it weird.
Don't interrupt other people. Did no one teach you manners? Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now. Back then...
That's enough based on... And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an...
I remember now.
That's enough based on your story, you met... And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
Herta didn't mention the name of the curio. We were talking about something else, and she just mentioned it in passing. However, she did give a thorough description of the curio. I didn't make that up.
True. You wouldn't be able to make that up.
Why do I feel like I'm being looked down on?
It's just because he's very thorough.
And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name. Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio?
Sure, but you're the one saying the curio in question is ordinary.
Say what you want to say.
A correct observation, if I may add.
Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet...
I doubt Herta is interested in the curio itself.
Based on your story, you met with Herta because she and the assignment Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio?
The curio isn't the point. Herta was only addressing it because of its relation to the Genius Society.
I would imagine the curio is the creation of a genius. Affirmation. It holds some special meaning to Herta.
Yes. That seems logically
Okay,
sound.
now I see what we're supposed to be doing here.
Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio.
Yes, to get more information about the curio. I didn't get a direct answer, but Asta recommended I seek out a researcher who could help.
Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio. However, She decided to hold her tongue until now?
Yeah, I don't know.
So what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is Asta the one hoarding secrets like they're going out of style?
Asta isn't trying to hide anything. It's because of her position. Some things shouldn't be said in the open.
What could be more important than Herta's safety?
I agreed for Mr. Ratio to become involved in this. I should consider him one of us. It's okay. You can tell him.
So what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is Asta the one hoarding secrets like they're going out of style?
I remember now.
That's enough. So what's the story?
Okay, so
are you full of
confidence
fanciful
crisis.
fiction? Or is it...
The space station has been very distrustful of its higher management ever since the Antimatter Legion's invasion. Another severe incident would further intensify suspicion and cause great internal strife.
Oh. So that explains why Lady Asta approved of my participation. After all, the Intelligentsia Guild's representative wouldn't be linked to the space station, but would still share the IPC's position. They wouldn't be partial to anyone, but would still act for the space station's benefit. Two birds with one stone.
Yep.
Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that mess has been thrust upon Arlan, head of the security department. Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
No connection? I disagree. There should be evidence linking them together. If I review a certain record...
Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
No. If I recall correctly, Asta said, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal. Don't know the location. Isn't that the same as missing?
She did say that, but then what? You need to provide evidence to show incidents are linked.
There should be evidence. Arlan discovered something odd when he was investigating the disappearances.
The sprinkler systems were always set off.
The space station's automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances happened. Arlan mentioned that each victim disappeared due to spontaneous combustion.
Huh. But there are no signs of a fire anywhere in the space station.
That's what's so odd about it. But this information has an additional layer of importance.
If the sprinkler system or the fire suppression system activated before the puppet was attacked, this would be the same perpetrator behind those disappearances.
This may not be direct evidence, but if the system also recorded the fire suppression system activating when the puppet was attacked, then there's ample evidence to indicate that these two cases are linked.
Questioning ends, thank God.
If these two incidents were caused by the same person, then the suspicion put on you would decrease, provided that this fire suppression record does exist in the system.
We'll see in the main control room. Let's go. Huh? What was that?
Oh, is it the Herta group? She's here, she's here, she's here. Who? The big shot. Oh my god. Oh my god. Checking mode.
Harrider Newsflash. This is an urgent broadcast. I repeat, this is an urgent broadcast.
Oh god, now what?
News has finally emerged regarding the attack on Madame Herta. The Annihilation Gang has claimed responsibility for the incident and warned of further activity. The Guild has expressed utmost condemnation.
Someone's taking credit for the attack?
The gods of the starry skies have abandoned the world. They give no thought to the masses. Only the wounded savior can bathe the world in the firelight of destruction.
Interesting. Oh
Yet
my.
always there are cowards trying in vain to
A
reject
flaming
their
skull with a
fate
monocle?
and
Sign me up.
escape the wounds. Flee then. Flee as far as you can. No matter the distance, annihilation will find you.
Great.
This is
A declaration of war, and an announcement of what's to come. They have set their sights on you. The Legion's impact remains, and the Annihilation Gang is already paying a visit. It almost seems like this space station is more suited for the path of destruction than erudition.
This Duke Inferno Ifrit is a life form that hails from Fatora, a world long since destroyed. His race, the ever-burning fire demons, regard Nanook as their emperor and savior, but the Eon has never cast their gaze upon them.
A group of pitiful lunatics. I like Dr. Primitive's assessment of them. The value Nanook sees in the Annihilation Gang is perhaps far less than one might see in a child who deliberately broke a vase.
Funny.
The fire demons have a cruel temper and instinctively ignite and destroy items. Ifrit is particularly evil and cruel, even among his kin. The Everflame mansion he heads is even the arch-enemy of the Japella Brotherhood, despite both groups belonging to the Annihilation Gang.
Japella Brotherhood? I've heard that name somewhere.
On the Stellaron Hunters wanted posters, they stand accused of inciting the Japella Rebellion, the uprising that caused the downfall of the Brotherhood.
Interesting.
The Japella Palace crumbled in the scorching flames, and Ifrit's power has grown by the day ever since. Would you believe it would be merely a coincidence?
So you think the Stellaron Hunters didn't do anything? It's probably Ifrit?
Something similar is about to happen here. Spontaneous combustion? For him, it's as routine as me finding fault in everything. The disappearance of researchers and the puppet were all part of the plan. And after that video will soon circulate. And this station's fate? Flames. Nothing but flames.
Also, Asta was on fire at one point in the trailer, so things might be going bad soon.
The destruction of trust.
I'm afraid more than trust will be destroyed here. You need to start acting now if you want to survive. You, come with me.
Me? Just me?
You have a superior strategy? Pray tell, do we set the two of them loose, turning whispered fears into full-blown pandemonium?
If we did that, we'd be at a disadvantage. I'll stay here and try to contain the news as best I can. Please, investigate the issue quickly.
Alright, we get to work with that, Dr. Ratio.
This Duke Inferno Ifrit is a life form that hails from Fatora, a world long since destroyed.
Okay, we already knew that.
This Duke...
If we did that, we'd be at a disadvantage.
Okay, so they just repeat the most recent line. Hey, there's treasure in here. It's so weird that this picks up immediately after the whole Ron May thing.
Where to now?
And then immediately I get a text from Herta. There's a batch of my old manuscripts on the space station. Mission accomplished. and
not
peppy.
good. This is serious. The security department will do whatever we can to help you.
A list of the missing researchers and their details.
Sure, but the security department already combed through their backgrounds and personal relationships. We didn't find anything odd. The Annihilation Gang are a group of die-hard thugs. They might be attacking indiscriminately.
A list of the missing researchers and their details.
Please, Arlan, just make it quick.
Okay.
We gotta find common threads.
Take it. Remember these names. Find a friend who's tuned into the gossip around here and tell them you want to know the relationship between these people.
Oh god, we gotta go talk to Pamela again, don't we? What do you have in mind?
I don't know. That depends on your friend.
Gossip monger. Good thing we did the Asta quest. Glad I did that. One pick of Himiko, one piece of gossip, quid pro quo. Can I put it on my tab? For you, only for you. 20% interest for every 5 trades. Give me one more pick. So very like you. Let me find a connection between these people. Oh, how interesting. This disappearance has been a hot topic and the news is tightly controlled. Even I don't have a complete list. You're upset at management too? Why would I be? I'm just a small fry. I'll take any chance I can slack off whenever I can. Those who love gossiping about the higher-ups don't even have enough things to do in their lives. The same people who randomly create their own expectations get disappointed. Those aren't met. Nothing good will come out of hanging out with them. Seem to be pretty enlightened. Flatter me, but it's still remember that what you owe me. Don't forget. I'll get in touch if I have any news.
What else do you need me to do?
Take me to the one who knows the most about curios within the Department of Ecology, if you would be so kind.
Gotta meet Adler.
He disappeared too.
What happened?
I didn't really notice at first. Adler's difficult to get a hold of at the best of times. But it's been a few system hours, and I still can't reach him. Even the surveillance cameras can't find any trace. The last time I saw him was in the Master Control Zone. He was with Wen Sherling from the Department of Implement Arts.
Lead the way. You said Adler was on the verge of a discovery, yet couldn't confer his knowledge. Intriguing and frustrating, to say the least. If his disappearance is also related to the case here, then maybe he really did stumble upon something important.
My thoughts exactly.
True. The key words that got Adler thinking were energy life forms. Duke Inferno is also an energy life form. Coincidence? We need to investigate this.
Oh, Don Hung? About Duke Inferno. It's best not to get involved in the space station is in trouble. He has something to do with it. Understood. Wait for my contact. You be careful. Missing researcher list.
Home use object finders on sale now.
That's right. Wen Schilling was being really sussy at one point. Oh, no, you're Wen Schilling. You're the person that we did a card duel earlier today.
That jerk! 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 Fine! Disappear! I don't ever want to see your face again!
What did Adler do to you?
Adler, he disappeared. He's been acting really weird recently. Always researching stuff like
Spontaneous combustion. Supernatural activities. He doesn't even answer me when I speak to him. He was talking to himself.
What did he talk about?
He kept saying the word phrase.
Phrase.
Who said I want him back? But if you want to find him, he was reading this booklet the last time I saw him.
Something about Heliobi?
I don't know exactly what he's searching for, but I hope it can help you.
Pamela! Okay. Got something? Go on. These victims and their interpersonal relationships don't seem to have any overlaps, but they have all posted extreme comments against management on the dark web and have a large number of supporters. What? This result will bring a lot of things to mind, but regrettably it's the truth. Thanks. Yipes. So they all have dark web connections.
Your countenance suggests tragedy. So the researchers who disappeared were at the forefront of challenging management. Isn't that a curious puzzle piece? I finished browsing through this booklet while you were replying to messages. It recorded the lives of a few Genius Society members. I'd say it contains some interesting information. It's time to go back and chat with Lady Asta and Mr. Screwlum.
Oh, Dan Heng. Let's scratch the surface of this Ifrit. What happened? Fire demons of Fatora are ferocious and cruel by nature, but Ifrit recently rose to the position of clan leader. Even among the fire demons, his flame belongs to a special category. What do you mean? In many vicious incidents instigated by the Everflame Mansion, I found similar eyewitness reports claiming miscreants materialized from the Inferno. Speculated Ifrit's flame may have inherited some ability other than that related to the flame's similar properties can be difficult to capture because of the shifting between phases. There's not much information about it, only the line that catches the eye burns through worlds, leaving numerous signs of flame behind. Ifrit is perhaps one of these descendants, shifting between phases. That's all I have. Number of related records is limited. Sure enough, it was hopeful to... It's enough, thanks. If we want a second opinion, we probably want to go to... We probably want to... I would want to get information from Welt as well. It's really cool and all that we get information from Dan Heng, who is supposedly our friend, our closest compatriot. I'll never love again. These things are multiplying.
You're back. I've been monitoring the dark web. I barely managed to stop the video from spreading. The incident hasn't grown any bigger, for now. How are things with you?
Less than promising. Or to use a different phrase, we're in deep trouble. We're running out of time. Let's retrace our steps and evaluate the situation. From the data we've collected, there are 3 avenues we can explore.
Alright.
First, Adler's disappearance. He must have come across some vital information.
Adler also.
You think that Adler's discovery drew the enemy's attention?
Indeed, and I already know what he found. First, Adler's disappearance. He must have come across some...
I understand. So
tenuous connections. First, Adler's disappearance. The next angle. is what the victims have in common, distasteful as that discussion may be. Last is the abilities of Duke Inferno and the secret of spontaneous human combustion.
Dimension phasing flame.
During prior unrest instigated by the Everflame Mansion, some testified to seeing miscreants materialize from the Inferno. The flickering tongues of Duke Inferno's fire carrying a certain property, and this property is the secret behind spontaneous human combustion. Look, the answer is right there. This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase through dimensions, claiming it burns through worlds, leaving numerous scions of flame behind.
It's the phase flame, the creation of member number 29, Sir Carl. She was an amazing genius. Intelligent, kind, and humble.
And made a flame that destroys worlds?
However, she lived for a mere 29 days on the human calendar. Such a pity.
She only lived to be 29 days old?
The phase flame shifted into a different phase as soon as it was created. When it returned to this phase, Sir Carl had already passed away. It then continued to shift through phases, making its capture impossible.
This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase through dimensions, claiming it burns through worlds, leaving numerous scions of flame behind.
I understand.
Tenuous connection. This booklet describes the kindling of this unique flame must be the missing curio that Hurt has been searching for, and Duke Inferno is evidently spawned from it.
Interesting.
I fear that this is the truth Adler discovered. This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase through dimensions. The kindling of this unique... I fear that this is... This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase through dimensions, claiming it...
I understand.
Tenuous connect... This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase through dimensions, claiming the kindling of this unique flame must be the missing curio that Hurt has been searching for, and
I understand.
Tenuous the kindling of this unique flame. I fear that this is the truth Adler discovered.
Ugh.
Undoubtedly, the curio Herta asked to find was the phase flame. And Adler already discovered the relationship between spontaneous human combustion and the phase flame through the concept of energy life forms. I fear that this is the truth Adler discovered. This booklet, the kindling of this unique...
Somebody was once able to glimpse the traces of the phase flame and obtained a wisp of its kindling. Herta kept it and lent it to Ron May for her research, but the kindling was lost in the process.
She used it to make her life forms.
If Ifrit is a scion of the phase flame, then the entire incident is now clear as day.
The kindling of this unique flame must be the missing curio that Hurt has been searching for, and Duke
I understand.
Tenuous connection. The kindling of this unique flame. I fear that this is the truth Adler discovered.
I understand.
Tenuous connection. I fear that this is the truth Adler discovered.
I understand.
Tenuous connection. I fear that this is the truth Adler discovered.
Why is the booklet the answer here?
When Schurling said, Adler kept muttering about a phrase before he disappeared. I believe this word was actually phase.
I assumed
he
the same as
saw
well.
Member 29 Sir Carl's research topic in this booklet and verified his hypothesis. As a scion of the Phase Flame, Duke Inferno would naturally share similar capabilities. Full-on phase shifting may be a bit too ambitious for him, but teleportation, that's likely more his speed. That is the truth of the spontaneous human combustion. The researchers didn't disappear. They were moved.
You got that from that?
We don't know where the victims went, but Duke Inferno's plan is now clear. And the sudden and consecutive disappearances provided the best environment for chaos to fester. Once the seed of unrest has sprouted, he will then send out an announcement for an imminent attack. It will push the crisis from the dark into the light, catalyzing it into new growth and bloom.
Okay.
The next step would be to ignite the spark. Look at those researchers who disappeared. What would happen if someone realized their similarities? I need say no more.
It was all a premeditated trap to stir up chaos on the space station.
We're running out of time.
Who now? The missing researchers are all opinion of leaders of the dark web. Holy moly, how did stuff like this in the security department isn't aware of? Just got the file from next door. It sounds far-fetched, but on the off chance that it's true, I smell a conspiracy. They staged the whole missing thing to get rid of dissenters. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Management must step down. That really doesn't mean the chat group is a grave danger.
This...
No, it isn't enough.
Indeed, it needs one more spark.
What do you mean?
If you limit your involvement to this, there's still room for excuses. If it were me, I wouldn't give you the chance.
Could it be?
Huh? What is it?
Uh-oh. Shit.
Stay calm. Asta was merely teleported. Her life was not in danger.
You say that. What if she was teleported into open space?
Based on first-hand experience, I have ascertained that Ifrit's flame is simply a splinter of the primordial phase flame, lacking any phase shift ability. Logic. Asta is still within the confines of the space station.
What do we do now?
That flame must still be somewhere inside the station. Find it, and we'll find a way to bring her back.
A splinter, you say? The arrogance of the gifted is charming in its own way.
Ah, so you reveal yourself at last, Ifrit.
Try then if you must.
It seems that Duke Inferno didn't deign to personally grace the space station. He merely cast infernal fire into our midst to wreak havoc among the researchers. When the fire fizzles out, his malevolent plans will vanish without a trace.
I will head to Herta's office and activate the folded space in the curio storage room. With some changes to its parameters, I can use it to block the fire's teleportation routes and seal it inside the station. Mr. Ratio, please go with Miss Trailblazer and contain the fire.
All right. So, imaginary, electric, and physical. A little bit of wind. Team must include Dr. Ratio. Oh, I love it when we do that. Okay, so we want physical, so let's grab Clara. And then let's just put aggro on Clara. We want debuffs for ratio, though. So we'll bring Sampo.
Infernal fire is also a form of energy life form. The imaging device will pick up its trace. Follow it.
We're all getting a free copy of Dr. Ratio, so let's look at his kit. So, talent. When using his skill, Ratio has a 40% fixed chance of launching a follow-up attack one time for double damage, basically. For each debuff a target enemy has, the fixed chance of launching the follow-up attack increases by 20%. So maybe I should have brought Silver Wolf. I want to level up Silver Wolf because he's going to go great on a Silver Wolf team.
The way is awash with flames. It must have just teleported. Be careful. Get ready to dash into the fire.
Alright. Folded space.
See? It's still in the space station. Like Screwlum said, it cannot escape from here. Do you know what to do with cornered prey? Hunt it to the death.
Hit him with the book. Track the escaped infernal fire. That was easy.
The fire is dying. This place is strange.
It's still resisting. The fold in the space has shifted. I can deduce its escape route with a mere glance.
Alright. Oh, great. The bugs are here. God damn it.
Stay back, Clara.
I want to protect everyone too.
Let's give everything a shot. We want to check out Ratio's animations. So we'll do this one for the... just to see.
As you command.
Never stop thinking.
Oh, it lets me know the percent chance of the follow-up right above their head.
Target specimen sighted. Preparing for collection.
As you command.
To travel far away. For a tough case like yours, we're gonna try them all.
Alright, let's top everyone off because they're all about to get blowed up.
I'll never forget.
Are you alright?
I'm okay.
Stay back, Clara.
Come on. That's annoying.
Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara.
Let's put debuffs on everybody.
What are you waiting for? The customer is king. And for me to portray the king, well, you gotta make it worth my while.
Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr.
They're still not multiplying, which is not really helpful.
Commencing research. Relax, deep breaths.
Put all the aggro on Clara.
I'll never forget you.
As you command. Are you all right?
I'm okay.
As you command.
I need to be brave.
Hide.
And now we have some more debuffs to spread around.
Let's test your knowledge.
Okay. Silver Wolf might have been the better include. Dodged you this time.
For the theater of the mediocre.
Interesting.
Never stop thinking. 0 points. Next.
0.
We're just having fun.
SAS Perkippy. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
That is the first time I've seen the voice line that goes with that. That is amazing.
Fail. Get out.
Fail! Oh, that's gonna be so much fun. We might pull on Ratio's banner just for that.
I'm not afraid of you.
Commencing annihilation. Stay back, Clara.
I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you all
want to
can
protect
tell.
everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sparrow.
You can never really see it because of Clara's hair, but I think the hoodie that she wears is actually kind of cute in its own way. A 100%, 80%.
Let's test your knowledge. 0 points. Next.
Hito ergo sum.
Sounds like more business knocking.
Wow, they resisted that.
As you command.
Does Clara's mark count as a debuff for
Target
the
specimen
purposes
sighted.
of his thing?
Preparing for collection. Relax, deep breaths.
I owe you one.
I need to be brave.
Eliminating threat.
Maybe it does. Maybe Clara is good with Ratio. Aha.
Why? This has nothing to do with you.
The flame is getting weaker. Duke Inferno can't maintain it anymore.
We're gonna catch him eventually. Let's just level up Sampo a little bit. Maybe it'll help. I feel like there should have been more enemies in here.
What is your goal?
Seems like this chase is about to end.
I was about to say the same thing. I'm getting dramatic flashbacks to the annoyingness that was Ron May. Systems anchor activated. It's so tiny now.
It's over.
Ignorant fools blindly chasing the firelight, not knowing that the blessings of destruction already lie at their feet. It is little wonder that even the descent of the Savior's Legion was unable to cleanse this place. I will acknowledge my brashness. For now, but next time, expect no intermediaries. I will come to personally offer you the demise of your sins with infernal fire.
A small fragment of consciousness in there is gone. Duke Inferno has discarded this fire. Oh? No. Hold on.
Get it off. Antimatter Legion.
Ah, the banal theatrics of stalling. Let's not, shall we? Let's test your knowledge.
Mediocre. Sounds like more business knocking. Try this on for size.
Alright.
Stay back there.
It's 2 debuffs there.
What's the...
And now we can hit debuffs on everybody.
The customer is king. And for me to portray the king, well, you gotta make it worth my while.
Relax, deep breaths. Thanks. I'll never forget you. To travel far away for a
Let's
tough
just
case like
throw
yours,
this
we're
off
gonna
since he might
travel.
just get one shot.
Thanks. I'll never forget you.
Eliminating threat.
Never stop thinking. Fail. Get out. SAS Perkippy. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
That is never gonna get old.
We're just having fun.
0 points.
Time for something savory.
Not bad. 5 points.
Do they have his light cone on him?
Stay back, Clara.
No, they have only silence remains. So we want to thin the herd.
Zero points. Next.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sora.
Alright, now to get the gist of it, let's just move to the end.
Sounds like more business knocking.
Mission command.
Commencing research.
I'm asking questions. Answer me. Fail.
Mission command.
And now there's only 2 left.
I'm okay. I want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Sora.
That damage reduction coming in clutch.
A test. 0 points.
Mission command.
We're just having fun.
Specimen sighted. Deep breath. Thanks. I'll never forget you. To travel.
Just top off because Clara looking a little hurt over there.
Thanks. I'll never forget you.
Answer me. Fail.
Mission command.
SAS Perkipi. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood. Zero points.
You're all right.
I'm okay.
Fail.
The follow-up attacks.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers?
I charge extra.
I charge extra.
So this is the extent of miscreants materializing from the Inferno. Seems like Dr. Primitive wasn't wrong. A test.
We're just having fun.
Stay back, Clara.
Mediocre.
Stay back, Clara.
Here, try this.
Keeping Clara alive is proving to be
I'll never
difficult.
forget you.
Eliminating threat.
I want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Sora.
Got the defense?
%.
Answer me. 0 points.
We're just having fun.
The fire is weakening. It's preparing to flee. You, keep your eye out for Lady Asta's whereabouts. A test.
More business, eh?
Mara struck Warden.
Deep breath. Thanks. To travel. I'll never forget you.
Everybody pop off.
I'm not afraid of you.
Are you all right?
I'm okay. to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Sparrow.
Alright, let's see what the plan of attack
I'm asking
is
questions. Answer me. SAS Perkibi. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood. Zero points.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Mission command.
Perfect. Here, try this.
Just keep healing.
I'll never forget you.
Stay back, Clara.
I need to be brave.
Eliminating threat.
Your answers? A test. 0 points.
Stay back, Clara.
I want to protect everyone. Tell me, Mr. Sparrow.
Okay, gotta keep stacking that.
Mission command.
We're gonna be cutting this real close.
Commencing research. Deep breath. Thanks. I'll never
I'm
forget
asking
you.
questions.
We're just having fun.
Secret of the safe.
That's bad.
Answer me. SAS Perkibi. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
0 points.
Perfect. To travel.
We're gonna be cutting this real close.
Merciful Medicus.
Your answers? A test.
More business, eh?
Here, try this.
Not bad. 5 points.
Oh. Oh, I was sweating. Nice catch. He's not gonna get away. Skrillum's gonna seal the station off.
Good work. You did very well.
How was Asta?
Rest assured, Asta only had a fright. She is recovering in the clinic. While you were chasing the enemy, the security department also found the missing researchers. Affirmation. They are all safe and sound.
How'd you find them?
It was all thanks to Adler. They fell into a spatial curio and could not leave until the Department of Ecology's most knowledgeable curio expert solved it from within.
Way to go, Adler.
Many of them were shaken by their experience when Arlan found them, but they are otherwise fine.
Is this the end?
Yes, it is over. This business is over, and I believe the space station will be able to deal with any internal aftershocks. In Herta's stead, I thank you for your efforts, madam. But there is one mystery that remains unsolved. And that is something I must deal with myself.
What could possibly be unresolved? Have you heard? Lead researcher asked us was Tech 2 that Dirk Inferno, devious, conniving. Psyops on the masses have always been the most terrifying kind of attack. Indeed, it seems the Annihilation Gang is just about as mindless violence as the rumor suggested. The lead researcher wasn't rescued at the end. If the lead researcher wasn't rescued at the end, we'd all be in deep, deep trouble. Not necessarily. Maybe she's the one who orchestrated it all, masterminding this elaborate ruse by deliberately harming herself to earn some sympathy points. That line of thoughts do have some merit. Enough already. This is ridiculous. People breaker. Is that really worth it? All the hassle just to palliate a few keyboard warriors? True that. Speaking of which, where's that first rabble-rouser, Rich Know-It-All? Alright. He was righteous sounding when he invited me into the group. Let me see. Ugh. Guy left the group without making any noise. What is going on?
I've been waiting.
Fallout from this incident remains. Surely you have plenty of pressing matters to attend to. Or is the safety of the space station beneath your concern?
Answer. That is exactly why I came. After all, the principal figure in this whole affair is right here.
When did you start to doubt me?
When one is immersed in academic research, skepticism comes far more naturally than belief. I've had the same bad habit as you since the beginning, Mr. Ratio.
I must say, I'm quite honored, Mr. Screwlum. But to explain, why opt for silent wisdom when you already had the pieces of the puzzle?
For curiosity's sake. Affirmation. I made the same decision as you, to accompany and observe.
Oh, and when did you become convinced?
Objectively speaking, aside from some minor spiritual trauma, no researchers were hurt in this attack, which never aligned with the Annihilation Gang's modus operandi. Logic, a third party saved them.
Had I not fortuitously acquired a spark of the phase flame and intervened in Duke Inferno's teleportation, those people would already be space waste, floating past the windows here.
Interesting. So I was right. He was just going to teleport them out into open space to kill them. It was really weird that they were all on the station still.
You are more candid than I calculated.
But still behaving within your calculations, no? One last question, Screwlum. Genius though you are, can you deduce why I did this?
I cannot be sure and can only hypothesize. Helping the weak hints at the merciful instinct of a medical doctor, but maintaining a cool, detached observation reveals the strictness of a scholar.
Maybe he wants to give the impression to Inferno a false sense of dichotomy, that his plan went really well, but only got just barely failed.
And pulling the strings from behind the curtain is akin to laying down the gauntlet to a genius.
The ruler of planet Screwlum is indeed well versed in the human mind. It's a pity you're as much in the ivory tower as other geniuses. You still got one thing wrong. To stand aside and observe is the best treatment one can give. There is a disease called foolishness that is harder to cure than any ailment. The path of erudition has neither reason nor logic. While geniuses wander among the stars, the ordinary can't even trace their footsteps. Those less gifted have no choice but to walk alone, enduring a lifetime of tumbles and triumphs. But even a life marked by failure is a life worth living. It is only in moments of solitude and despair, when help is absent, that fools grasp how to pick themselves up. I have a fastidious nature. I cannot stand fools, idiots, or imbeciles. Seeing them fills me with dread. Regrettably, this space station is just like the Intelligentsia Guild, devoid of geniuses and filled with mediocrity.
You wish to uproot the researchers' blind worship of geniuses.
Exactly.
I am only laying out my questions. As for the answers, they'll find them themselves. Pursuit tinged with negativity is still pursuit, and it is capable of leading us to the right conclusion. For the masses of the mediocre to reach a level of awareness, this is a necessary rite of passage.
You are indeed more like a medical doctor than a scholar.
As for the spark I leave behind,
I believe Asta will deal with it properly.
It is also a lesson I left for her. With that, I take my leave. I look forward to future encounters with such brilliant minds. Let's hope they're as memorable as those we had today.
So it's very interesting that he knew it was wrong the whole time.
A farce full of trivial concerns. Ultimately, they're just mediocre minds.
Mundane Troubles. Come visitor the Express. Divine Verso, Mundane Recto. I heard about what you did. Nice work. How's Asta doing? She's got back to work. I mean, her safety. What's there to worry about when I'm around? It's exactly why I'm worried. True. It's a shame that we haven't found the phase flame yet. Forget it. Think of it as Ron May owing me a favor. It's worth a lot more. That's it then. I'm also thankful to Mr. Ratio. Who's that? Eh?
Nice.
Well, we got that out of the way. Which means that doesn't start this curio quest, which means that starts this. Help with what? Madam Ron May, some interesting critters on the space station. I accommodate them temporarily in the excusing rooms. I like to nurture these little ones. Why me? One of the people I know you showed to be the best match also thinks Madam Ron May left behind is kind of related to you. Mr. Gunn's help, I upgraded the robot programs. The helper robot will assist you the entire way. Keep an eye on you. You got this. Critter pick, nurture. Alright. Helper robot. Helper robot, remind me of exclamations. Pleasure to meet you. Before we begin nurturing, please let me explain the process. Let's get to it. Space station is analyzing genetic components creations. We must nurture more creations due to insufficient sample size. 2 parental creations are ready. Use this life form oven to keep nurturing the new creations. Creations all have different genes, express different traits. Please note that every time a new creation is nurtured or a new trait is discovered, it will bring about a great benefit to our research. Lead researcher Sasha, remote message is now online. Please note the lead researcher's instructions. 2 creations prepared for you have already been placed in your inventory. Look like this creation's skin is gray. The filling is pink. In the lifeform oven, these base traits have a chance of being inherited by new creations. Open the lifeform oven and nurture some creations. Cool. This is a toilet. Base traits to parental is something. Nurturing creations increase their research level. Cool. Constantly nursing creations create your research level and earn various rewards. Select 2 creations you prepared for you and lifeform oven. Okay. Start nurturing. Is that just a fancy way of saying breeding? Innocent coconut angel cake. Newly nurtured creation huddles up next to the chassis of the robot, carefully sizing you up. It whizzes out before you're even able to see what color the tail is. It only just spawned not long ago, so it may not be used to life here yet. I don't know where it scuttled off to. It's not safe to go outside. Can you please find it? Great. Bit busy. Super annoying. God, these things are everywhere. Gray bean paste. Warning. You recognize this creation as the one that just scuttled away. Reaches out with its paw towards the trash on the ground and is about to swallow it. You want to stop it, but it's already too late. It swallows the trash, begins to tremble over its body, starts changing uncontrollably. Oh no. What happens if it eats trash? Did you just eat a piece of trash? Meow? Bring it back. Its appearance is altered. Oh, it's a trash can now. But it doesn't seem to have an explanation either. You decide to take it back to the helper robot. Perhaps it will have an idea. It's a trash can. Count what just happened. Based on what you described, the initial hypothesis is that the mutated after consuming the trash. Mutation then changed the creation's physical traits. Hypothesis not yet confirmed. Try to see if they approximate the situation. For the details, please research for Asta. Remote connection now is damaged. Please turn the life form oven. We're gonna try a few things out. What's going on here? Nurturing can sometimes trigger mutation events, materials creations, mutant traits. Special mutations can become rare creations. You have all the needed base traits with life form oven to calculate resolution rate. Resolution rate indicates the probability of mutating a critter. Okay. Our parental creations had a gray skin and a gray filling base traits. That should fulfill the base traits needed to make the trash can a gray body creation. All the base traits present in life from oven will automatically calculate the resolution rate. Resolution rate is how likely the mutation event to trigger for nurturing. Attempt nurturing. Mutation, the material clues, nurture rare creations. We'll do so here. The gray creation seems to have consumed some trash. I think this one will do. Uh-huh. Innocent berry angel cake. Immune traits gone up too. Look at clues. Required mutation has been unlocked. When you unlock the corresponding clues, the resolution rate will dramatically improve. Uh-huh. And now we have trash cake. Trash cake has become the first rare creation to be nurtured. Research points have greatly increased. You can't help but wonder where these special traits are actually coming from. What's on top of their heads? And as their sensory organ, think of it as a hat. It comes with them. They have some creations whose physical traits greatly differ from the most of others. They drift around all over the place. You get the chance, you might run into one of them. Be very good if you could bring them to me. Sufficient samples. Secrets of the physical traits can be decoded. What's the principle behind the mutations? I'm sorry, I'm not well understood. Department of Ecology sent 2 creation species that you can use for nurturing research. Next, keep nurturing creations. Keep at the speed of the progress. The answers to all the questions you see can be found through science. Great. Keep nurturing creations and upgrade to research level 2. What is all this? Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Goal set. Cool. We have trash. Base traits don't match, we can't be resolved at all. Use the parental creations that have all their needed base traits. These two? Okay. Okay. Feed. Coconut corn chip. Alright. This is special mutation. Rice dumpling. Okay. Reminds you of a past acquaintance. After giving it a quick groom, you get a close-up photo of it. Its appearance reminds you of a past acquaintance. Send the picture to Don Hung. It looks just like you. No. Its eyes are totally like yours. It has your eyes. No. I've never seen a life form like this before. If you have data about them, remember to enter them into the data bank once you get back to the Express. Okay. So I guess we can make them that look like a bunch of people. Rice dumpling. Okay. This seems interesting. This might just be a little collecting thing that I do off stream. I said we'd go for 4 hours, so we're probably going to end it all here. And I guess that's all there is to see. Thank you for everybody for your time. And maybe the next stream we'll take a small break from this. We'll do some stuff in Genshin next time. And when we do go back to Star Rail, we're gonna do another companion mission, and then we'll continue the Ethereum Wars quest line. Until next time, bye-bye.